Good morning, Gators. I'm Breeley Barmore, and today is day 2. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we're in civics. What is Constitution Day?
Alrighty, guys. So Constitution Day is a day to commemorate the signing of the Constitution. The Constitution was signed on September 17th, 1787, and it's really a way to honor and recognize this foundational document because it sets up the framework of our government as well as has created really important principles of a limited government.
You know, how do we celebrate it?
Yeah, so Constitution Day is actually not a federal holiday, but it is celebrated like one in most, educational institutions like your school, as well as federal institutions. They use the day as a day to kind of talk about the history of this document, as well as teach about, the foundational pieces of it that have created our government today.
So when is Constitution Day?
So Constitution Day is going to be on Tuesday, September, I think 19th.
Day?
So Constitution Day is technically September 17th, but in our school district, we do recognize it on the 19th, which is a Tuesday. And so on that day in school, in your social studies class, you will definitely be learning about the history and importance of the U.S. Constitution.
Ms. Morinbrow, do you know what's the most important part of the Constitution?
So that question can be kind of subjective because, someone might think one part is important, but personally to me, I think the addition to the Constitution, the U.S. Bill of Rights. And my reason for that is because it protects our individual rights, like our freedom of speech, freedom of religion. And so I would have to say I think that is probably the most important part.
So who really signed the Constitution, or who's the most important person?
So I believe it was 39 delegates out of the 55 delegates. And the most important person, once again, is subjective, but just to kind of tell you a fun fact, George Washington, who was our first president, was actually the first person to sign this foundational document. Okay. Yeah, so Constitution Day is actually not a federal holiday, but it is celebrated like one in most, educational institutions like your school, as well as federal institutions. They use the day as a day to kind of talk about the history of this document, as well as teach about, the foundational pieces of it that have created our government today. Students, I have a question for you. So oftentimes this document is most recognizable by the words "we the people." What does that actually mean? Go ahead and tell your teacher what you think "we the people" means.
Hey, do you want some Christmas stuff?
Then go to the Charleston wrap packet you got.
You can tell people like your neighbors to buy decorations and more.
The best part is that you get prizes for the amount of sales you get.
Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. It's hot outside.
And we have to walk home too.
Wait, there's ice pops for sale in the West Loop or at the flagpole.
And for $1 too.
Come on.